If you treat your communication plan as just a formality, something you check off at kickoff and forget, you'll almost certainly run into one of three problems. Stakeholders find out about important news too late, your team wastes time repeating the same status update in 10 different places,
Or decisions made in a chat thread get lost, and later someone asks, "Wait, did we even discuss this?" In this video, I'll show you how to build a communication plan that actually works, not one that just sits in Confluence to check a box.
A communication plan is really just the answer to 4 questions. Who needs to know? What exactly? How often? And through which channel? Sounds basic, but skip it and you get chaos. The client messages you directly. The lead posts in a separate thread. QA drops updates in the team channel. You're answering everyone differently at different times, and something important always slips through.
Just use Slack doesn't work, because Slack is a channel, not a plan. A channel without structure turns into noise, and the messages that actually matter get buried in it.
To keep your plan from becoming another useless document, build it around 4 elements.
First, stakeholders. Who's actually involved and how much the project affects them. Second, type of information. Status, risk, decision, scope change. These are different things, and not everyone needs all of them.
Third, frequency. Some people need a daily update. Others are fine with 1 email a week.
Fourth, channel. A Zoom stand-up, a Jira dashboard, a summary email.
Once you've answered these 4 questions for every stakeholder, your plan is basically done.
Now, step by step.
Step 1, list every stakeholder, not just the client and the team, but also the people who show up less often, like legal or an external partner.
Step 2, for each one, figure out their interest and influence. Some need to know everything immediately. Others only care about the final result. Step 3, pick the channel and frequency for each person based on that influence, not based on what's convenient for you.
Step 4, put it all into one table. Stakeholder, information type, frequency, channel, and who's responsible.
And the last and most important part, share that table. Don't keep it only in your head.
Take a typical IT project running in sprints. The client gets a weekly summary by email. What's done, what's at risk, what's next. The team has a Bailey Slack stand-up. 15 minutes, no formalities. The team lead gets access to a Jira dashboard, so they can see task status in real time, without having to ask you.
The external partner, who only gets involved once a month, gets a short call with 1 slide. Same project, 4 completely different ways of communicating, and everyone gets exactly what they need. No more, no less.
3 mistakes I see most often. First, the plan was written once at kickoff and never touched again, while the team and stakeholders changed by half over 3 months. Second, too many channels. If the project status can be found in 5 different places, nobody's going to look for it.
Third, the plan exists, but nobody, including the PM, actually follows it. It just lives as a file in Confluence.
A communication plan only works if it stays alive, stays simple, and gets used every single week.
Let's recap. A communication plan answers 4 questions: who, what, how often, through which channel. You build it in 4 steps. List your stakeholders, map their interest and influence, set the channel and frequency for each one, and put it all into one shared table. And the key point, it's a living document you update, not a one-time formality.
If you've had a case where missing a communication plan actually hurt a project, drop it in the comments. Let's break it down. If this was useful, hit like and see you in the next one.